Greetings and welcome. Thank you for joining me here at TikTok Live, Bloom from Within Love. Y'all know I go by Bloomy. And I am here today, this morning, or afternoon, or evening, depending on where you are on the globe. I'm here to do a prelude discussion about what we'll be doing every night for the remaining of this month, July 2021. Practicing these karma busting mantras. As you can see, I believe the title says karma busting something other, right? Karma busting practice, mantra, discussion, something to that effect, right? And last night I mentioned that we're going to start doing that for the rest of the month to kind of clear the way for those of you who are in the process of major manifestations going into the month of 8, August, which is about mastery and manifestation, right? Those of you who are, wanting to feel free of any past life karmic energies, whether it is through your bloodline, ancestry, past life lovers, any kind of energy that followed you into this carnation and has played a role and influence in your experience, has had some type of an energetic effect on you being able to properly manifest the kind of experience that you want to have. Very powerful mantras, very ancient mantras we'll be practicing, and it's going to be a brief one. I want to say like 10 minutes or so. We'll be reciting it 108 times every night. And it's designed to target the throat chakra, and it's connected to the vibration of something that happened ancient with Shiva. And when you connect to that vibration and that sound, it's clearing out in all directions of time and space, right? But I felt the need to come on and discuss some things because it's more to it. What I'm starting to realize is that, especially the times that we're in, internet, new agey, what I'm saying? Oftentimes people, they want to practice these things, but they don't understand that their day-to-day lives is still playing a role. Okay? Case in point, for an example, you can practice this kind of a mantra and you can do this every night. However, your day-to-day decisions are still going to impact and influence what you're creating. Okay? You can say that mantra all day, but if you're still doing things that are collecting and accumulating toxic karmic debris in your life, there still will be a cause and effect to that. You can't just erase it by, okay, I'm gonna say this mantra real quick, right? I hope that makes sense. And I was guided to do this through, I was listening to, gentlemen that I follow, thinking about some of my own guidance, and I was like, okay, this makes sense. So I was asking my guides, my higher self, to help me explain this to y'all, and to help prepare for those of you who are resonating with these types of things, of course, right? So you can really get it and not feel like you're in this loop, or like you're in this fog, or like you can't quite seem to get out, so that you can connect the dots like, oh, I see. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I could do this to clear, but, and now I'm about to get into the discussion, okay? It's not a tarot reading. Those of you who are coming in, this is hopefully a mini discussion to prepare you all for those of you that's going to practice the mantras with us tonight and every night for the rest of July. So you can either do your own research, you can Google, you can meditate on it, you can think about it, you can ponder it. And then by the time I come on, you have a better understanding of what you're doing, and you have a better understanding of how to apply it in your day-to-day life, and what kinds of shifts and changes in the 3D in your day-to-day actions and behaviors and habits and decisions to help you to minimize from constantly recycling shit. Okay? So, yes, you guys are looking at Psychology Today. And I don't know if you guys can see it here. The statement says, what others expect of you is a reflection of who they are, their own wants and needs. What others expect of you is a reflection of who they are, their own wants and needs, right? Some of you may be asking, how does that tie in to our discussion about karma busting, karma busting, okay? So let's talk about the first topic here, subtopic, caution with connections or dealing with past relationships and why. As a tarot reader, an energy channel, you know, I get a lot of requests, a lot, you know, of interest coming towards me regarding love, regarding relationships. Typically, that is what people come to tarot readers for on a grander scale, okay? Typically, people are usually dealing with something karmic in nature. And when we say karmic, we simply mean that there was some type of a lesson to be learned regarding either self-love or love, you know, loving and honoring others, or love of self. And these individuals, pre-carnation, there was contracts made to be an instrument used to help teach you a lesson. And it can be in the positive or the negative, okay? To teach you a lesson so that you can grab a lesson. Now, the reason why it's important when we're dealing with karma clearing or karma busting is because we sometimes end up in cycles. They call them karmic cycles or karmic loops, right? With individuals. And it can be romantic, it can be family, it can be friends, it can be anything, okay? We end up in karmic loops because one or all individuals involved haven't learned these lessons. The higher selves, divine and source, are fully aware, okay? Haven't learned these lessons, haven't alchemized, haven't cleared out. And in some cases, people left your life and they went about, hear me out, they left your life or you left their lives. And in the interim of that separation, they went on about and collected a lot of karmic attachments. And they're not dealing with it. So in other words, they was like wilding out fast and loose, hold around America, you know what I'm saying, with all kind of lower vibrational energies or karmic energy. They did things that violated you, that they think that because you are not in the awareness of it in the 3D, that it doesn't matter. But universally, source, whatever you believe, source, Gaia, you know, the divine, your higher self, vibration is vibration. It is known. So there is a kind of an energetic violation that has to be dealt with. So then what happens is when people try to recycle back to you, if we don't follow our higher guidance system regarding an individual and what the divine source, God, or whatever you want to call it, is trying to reveal or show you or speak to you, what happens is if that person hasn't done any awakening, they haven't done any karma clearing, they haven't dealt with it, most people are trying to run. Listen to me, you guys. Okay? Most individuals are usually trying to run from their karma. And when we decide to go against our higher guidance and welcome back these connections, hear this loud and clear. You take on their karma. Yep. You take on their karma. Let me give you an example. You're taking on their karma because they're trying to run from the karma that they have accumulated. And chances are the karma that they have accumulated regarding you. Coming back to you, if you're like high vibrational, loving, you know, yada, yada, chances are, you know, you're going to be being the best version of you and being very caring and nurturing, because that's just who you are, right? So you're giving out this energy to someone that has refused to learn their lessons. So whatever they were supposed to be able to carry and feel so that they can learn their lessons, you take it on because you squelched it for them. I hope that makes sense. Most people are trying to run away from feeling the wrath of what they have created. When I say wrath, I'm not talking about, please take what I'm saying with some balance. When individuals, and this is us or anybody else, when individuals just go about life fast and loose, not wanting to be mindful of their behavior, their conduct, how they treat people, not wanting to be accountable for their choices, the people they connect to, the things they participate in, you know what I'm saying? Not wanting to deal with that, not wanting to awaken, not wanting to clear and cleanse and do all the things that perhaps you've done, that you've chosen to take that role on in your own life, right? And then other individuals circle back around because chances are they're going through hell. They ain't gonna tell you. But chances are they're getting their asses energetically whooped by their higher selves, by ancestors, by the divine, whatever you want to call it, because it's a call to own up to one's energetic behavior. It's a call to own up and alchemize and deal with it, right? So if you are on a path of you're really trying to karma bust, you're wanting to address and deal with any ancestral things that are perhaps following you around, right? Any Akashic things in the Akashic records that you inherited. Any of your past life, past carnation stuff that you really want to alchemize. And you can only own your side of things. You can't own the side of the people that you have soul contracts with. Hear this. I heard somebody else say that our higher selves rule that. And it does. It rules those contracts. And if you've gotten in a place to where you've learned your lessons or you've done the healing work, it's known. It's vibrationally known. These are the only ways we get out of it, right? That you can null and void it and move on. But see, here's where the problem is, or a potential problem. Let's say you've learned your lessons, you healed, you move on, but you allow karmic energy to keep returning. Your higher guidance is trying to tell you, no, they're not ready. No, they haven't dealt with this. No, they violated that. No, they're still dishonest. No, they've accumulated these karmic attachments. No, your higher guidance is trying to kick in, yet you go, they did come back around. Yeah, they're trying to run from karma. And chances are they burned bridges. Chances are, you know what I'm saying? They're ping-ponging. You know what I'm saying? They done something crazy to somebody and that person don't want to be bothered with them for the next 30, minutes or a day or whatever. And now they're trying to come towards you because what they know of you, somebody said that's facts. Oh, I can finally see a little bit. Whoever said that, right? They need to make the writing bigger here so I can read. Some of y'all saying, no, Sister Soldier, you need to get some glasses, right? But, because I can't be seeing, I be squinting like this sometimes. But I really meditated about this, you guys, before I came on camera. I asked, I'm like, please, light team, help me, in love and truth and clarity for those who are truly seeking. And like, they really are trying to be the best versions of themselves. They really are trying to learn their lessons and do things differently. And so to help explain how we sabotage the process sometimes, or we delay it because Even though we may be doing all of these kinds of practices, you're doing mantras, you're doing meditations, you done went and got a damn energy clearing and shiznit. You know what I'm saying? You done got sage and shit. You know what I'm saying? You done done everything you know to do. Right? And you're like, what the damn hell? But if you slow down and stop and look at your day-to-day, just look at your regular day-to-day life, your day-to-day interactions, your day-to-day decisions, your day-to-day practices, who you are choosing. Are you following your internal guidance system, or are you being governed by your 3D? Are you following your higher guidance system, or are you allowing yourself to fall into temptation that's going to get you off kilter? Because all of it matters. That's what we don't get. It's called the law of cause and effect. The law, which is karma. The law of cause and effect. Right? So it's almost like, I want to give an example. Oh, okay. This is a good example. Let's say you went through all this trouble to create, let's say, this. If you're into taking baths, right? Let's say you went through all this trouble to get all of this precious ingredients, the sea salt, the herbs, the essential oils, the crystals, the candles, the just right music, the just right temperature, the just right, like you just went through this whole shebang, right? To create this wonderful goddess or god bath for yourself, right? And you had your intentions set. You're like, yeah, when I get in, you know what I'm saying? This is a self-love bath, or this is a releasing, like whatever you did, right? And you do it, and it's wonderful, and it's great, and you feel like it was amazing. And then you get out, and you walk right out of that bathroom with your robe. You got out of the bath, got your robe on. You walk right out, you go right outside and take a nosedive on purpose in a big old puddle of mud, bugs, poop. Like you decide. You just go right outside, go dun, 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 dun. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe there was like a mirage, like it looks like, you know, for a second, like, oh, maybe it's not mud. You know what I'm saying? But your internal guidance system was like, yes, the fuck it is. It is mud, caution. It reminds me of that old school movie, Scary Movie. If you guys are old enough, and the girl was like supposed to be running from the killer, and the signs were right there telling her what way to go, but it said it said go killer this way, safety that way, and she looked at the side and she ran to the side where it said killer. I'm trying to make it kind of funny, but it's like, that's what we be doing sometimes. The cautions, the internal signs, if you will, right? Be saying danger that way, safety that way, and yet we go the way say danger, and we jump right in the yeah, I know, I love that movie too, right? We jumped right in the mud, like boom, like we didn't know, you know what I'm saying, like the sign said, right? And just like when she was supposed to choose her weapons, it had it had knives, guns, and then it had a banana. She chose the damn banana. So I liken that into us refusing to look at the signs that we're being given and choosing to do dumb shit. And then wonder why we, you know, our practices aren't working. But what are we connecting to on a day-to-day? Are you allowing people to come into your world who are simply trying to escape their karma? Not to say we're trying to punish people. It's not about you trying to punish anyone. It's about universal law, energy, the divine, your guidance system. Okay? We don't get away from it. You feel me? So it's like, have they awakened? Have they cleared things? Have they dealt with that? Their higher souls know. The universe knows. Source knows what kind of violations people did outside of your presence. I want to give an example because it trips me out how low vibrational individuals. I'll be good, light team. All right. Okay. It trips me out how people are really in a very 3D-ish or delusional state. To believe that, well, if they didn't see it, then how do they know? Classic statement. But what individuals don't understand, that vibrationally is there. I heard somebody say people can lie all day, but energy does not lie. It is there. You could have been clever. You could have managed to be a master manipulator on the grand scale and have portrayed things to people who are equally, depending on their 3D, to determine things. So they're easily fooled. But the energy is there. So the universe is always aware and watching. Divine source, whatever you believe in. So if somebody's doing things behind your back, it's known. And chances are your intuition is kicking in saying, yeah, they're smiling at you there, but caution. When they were not in your life, when they left your life or whatever, they talked about you like a junkyard dog to everybody on the planet. Some of them while they were in your life, okay? Behind your back. And that is a violation. That is dishonor. And chances are they went out there and accumulated, got some karma, because what they put out is going to somehow continue to revert back to them. And then they circle back and then they're running to you. Because maybe you're one of a few people that were more higher vibrational, right? So to reiterate, you guys, if you are, on this path and you are serious about karma busting for your life, because you can't control other people's lives. We got to swallow that. We got to understand. You can't love the hell out of people. And what I mean by that is we all are responsible for our lives, the decisions, the vibrations, the energies that we're attaching to. It's cause and effect. And usually when we do that, we're enabling people to stay in their karmic cycles and their karmic attachments and their karmic behaviors, because all they have to do is keep playing ping pong, energetically speaking. Some cases literal. When this one's mad, I'll run over here. When that one's mad, I'll run over there. When I burnt that one, I'll run over here. When I fuck that up, I'll start this new here. And then when I fuck that up, I'll go over here. And when you know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to run. So if you want to buffer yourself from taking on their karma, because you're choosing to go against your internal guidance system and run towards the sign on the scary movie that says killer, you know what I'm saying? Instead of running to the other side that says safety and shit, you know what I'm saying? If you want to eliminate that, then the guidance is, listen, do all the practices that you feel guided to do, because that's going to expedite your manifestations. It's going to expedite the changes you're trying to create. However, don't stagnate yourself. Don't sabotage yourself. Don't sabotage your process by constantly allowing people to come back around that have went and attached themselves to about 12 hoes. Okay? Energetically. Man, hoes, girl, whatever you want to call it, right? Energetically speaking, hear me. Just bear with me with this, okay? Lower frequency energies, toxic energy, right? And then here they come. Here they come, right? Because some of them got their ass whooped, you know what I'm saying? Energetically, mentally, emotionally, You know what I'm saying? Because when you deal with toxic karmic energy, that shit's coming. Usually you're going to feel that. Okay? No matter how beautifully packaged it is. No matter, you know what I'm saying, how in the 3D loving it appears. That's what I talked about the other night, going past reliance on the 3D. People didn't see Mommy Dearest and shit from the 80s and what's that other movie? Mommy Dearest and you know what I'm saying? Cause okay, listen. You can equate it to a parent relationship, but just in all dynamics. On the surface to the world, it's an old school movie, you guys should Google it. To the world, this woman, this famous actress appeared to be the savior of the world. Okay, she appeared to be the most loving person. She gave to charities and shiznit. She, you know what I'm saying, adopted children in which she abused behind the goddamn closed doors. But to the world, to those that were blind and illusioned, to the illusions that she wanted to create, she was the perfect epitome of a wonderful, caring person, a wonderful humanitarian. But the people that was really, really super close to her behind closed doors, that she had an issue with. Because what's funny is, you know, she loved men or whatever, so she kind of catered to that. So to them, she was somewhat nice. But to those she deemed of lesser value, she had a tendency, somebody said, OMG, cold cream and no, what it says, no one, oh, being with hangers. Yeah, so you must have saw that movie, whoever you are. So I know that's very drastic, but I'm only just trying to equate that to us needing to get out of this 3D focus. Because you have master manipulative energy that creates illusions out there. Narcissism, sociopathic energy, right? They have flying monkeys. Flying monkeys is the technical term. People who are their enablers and their protectors and who co-sign on their, you know, have a codependent dynamic with them, right? So those are the ones that'll constantly, you know, reinforce their illusions that they're trying to portray to people. But to those that they deem of lesser value, they treat like shit behind closed doors. Okay? And they hide it so no one will know. And that's what's sad. This is the importance of why we need to follow our internal guidance system and not even give a fuck. Not even care about how people are trying to portray. You know how you were treated. You know what somebody did to you. Okay? Whether people were around to see it or not, you know. And guess what? So the source, you know. So if you don't want to keep absorbing their karma, and another 3D way to explain that is like if we think about it in just plain regular 3D everyday life, look at it like this. You know, as long as an old school movie, What's Love Got to Do With It, as long as she remained connected to that toxic behavior, she absorbed his karma. Think about it. Because why? She kept going against her internal guidance system. She was afraid. There were so many things. She kept trying, allowing herself to get back entangled, yada, yada. But as long as she kept taking his sorry ass apologies and flowers and ball gowns and you know what I'm saying, and he, you know what I'm saying, didn't have any good intention. He did not awaken. He didn't, you know, blah, blah, blah. As long as she stayed, she absorbed his karma. You might say, how was she absorbing? Because she wasn't happy. She was oppressed. She wasn't connected to her true self. She was not loving herself because she was allowing it. She kept subjecting herself to being beat. That is karmic energy. She was absorbing his karma, because that's him putting out that energy and projecting it, relieving himself. I hope this makes sense. When she walks away, he starts facing his karma concerning the dynamic with her. Okay? He may not got it all, like, immediately or whatever, but directly related to her. The moment he started happening to absorb that. And he may have tried to run into other things, but I'm almost 100% sure eventually, because that's just the law of the universe. But the whole case and point I'm trying to make is she freed herself, no longer allowing individuals to be connected that wanted to stay toxic, wanted to stay low vibrational. Karmic attachments, karmic energy. So, karma busting, you guys. Be mindful of your day-to-day. Be mindful of your relationships, because I'm getting a lot of readings and people got exes coming back, people got new love, people got, all these things. And all I can tell you is this: well, you know your story, and so does the universe, and so does source, and they know the intricate details of the frequency and vibration that people are operating in, and they know all of the secrets. So all I can tell you is be super, super mindful, not afraid, but mindful, and allow yourself to follow your intuitive guidance. You don't have to hate them, no. But another good way to put it is like, let's say a person got an infectious disease. Let's just use that as an example. They got a communicable infectious disease, right? And they've been told this. But let's say they feel like they cool with their infectious disease. Or, they cool with it, or they feel like it ain't an infectious disease. Even though they've been told they have one, whatever, right? And they refuse to take on the necessary precautions in life to ensure that they're, first of all, not hurting themselves, but also that they're not hurting other individuals because they have a communicable infectious disease, right? And let's say, I'll give two examples. Let's say if you can see those effects on a person physically, right? If you can visually see that, you would run, wouldn't you? No matter how cool of a person you thought they were, no matter how handsome, sexy, no matter how sweet or whatever, you would run. You would. Because you would be looking at a visual, or if you saw it prevalent, you wouldn't want to harm yourself. You will be like, okay, I can't. This person, if I engage, if I get too close, then I'm going to be subjecting myself possibly to this. So I can't. I need to not do that. The problem is we don't be seeing this stuff in the physical sometimes. But our internal guidance system is trying to alert us to what is there. That is what I'm trying to get you guys to see. Because some people are, I'm telling you, smooth operators, love bombers, storytelling, projecting their stories, giving you some kind of a victimized story of woe is them, and they've been so mistreated and so abused and so, this way and that way, and they were nothing but loving, and, yada, yada. And then they be lying and fabricating shit, and they be twisting the story and portraying people that was the victim as the villain, and portraying themselves as the victim, and they are the villain. So when you're dealing with people that play on that, they use that to play on people's empathy, to play on people's sympathy, to play, all you need is a nice, nice loving lady to make it all better. And all the fuck they need to own their shit and stop lying. Okay, I'm just saying, no, they're running. And if we're not careful, we'll play into those things and then sit back and go, what the hell just happened? Well, you went against your internal guidance system. You absorbed their karma. You believed the hype. You allowed them to flatter you, love bomb you, stroke your ego to convince you that it was the way to go. Right? And when you're on this kind of path and you're serious about, look, I don't have no more time for this. Okay? Everybody's got to live their lives and choose their perspective, journeys, and paths, and they have the right to do that, and their karmic contracts and yada yada, and they can live out that however they want. But me, I'm serious about living my higher life, my highest version of myself, raising my frequency, being a loving person, honoring myself, creating a world that I want to live in no matter what everybody looks and believes and perceives shit to be. I want to take full responsibility. And that includes being mindful of who I connect to. That includes that. Right? She put on a good front for the people and didn't know. Right, somebody said, I can see that a little bit. Talking about that Mommy Dearest movie. Yeah. See, but that's what I'm trying to get y'all to see, though, in terms of what we live every day. It's just not maybe to that extreme, version. But especially narcissistic energy. Masters at that shit. Because they're usually very charming people. They're usually very, because see, they're wounded. I don't want to get into a teaching about that. I'll have to do all that stuff another day and time. But they're not connected to their higher self. They have imposter syndrome. They have a false sense of grandiose, false sense of supremacy, very egotistical in nature, very 3D governed. And so sometimes these people are very charming, like the Mommy Dearest lady, very charming. You know what I'm saying? Smooth talkers. You know what I'm saying? Know how to put it on thick. And super smart. That's why I tell people, don't get it twisted. Don't rely on the 3D. It's going to hurt you. I'm trying to tell you what I know. Don't get it twisted. Because some people be like, well, I did my research and... People, I'm telling you, you could have so-called did your research in the 3D, right? Don't mean nothing. People have whole secret lives, okay? Whole nother lives. People have burner phones. People have, listen to me. People have secret lives, burner phones. They have manipulated and scared people, just like what's love got to do with it. She wasn't saying nothing for a very long time. Okay? They have gaslit and mind-fucked some people to such a degree that will tolerate their shit and ain't gonna say nothing. So they could have a whole nother life. And you think because you did some research, you searched their social media, honey, they got 12 social media accounts. And they are super smart to where they put certain kind of privacy settings and alterations and shiznit. Or, like I said, they have people that are attached to them that plays the game with them. So they can be married, they can be in the Pollyanna kind of marriages or whatever, and it say single. because they control the dynamics. You feel me? Yeah. Telling y'all what I know. They got sugar mamas, sugar daddies, baby mama, baby daddy, you know, rendezvous, secret arrangements, and in your internal guidance system is going to tell you and start showing you this. And if you want to remove yourself from those toxic karmic loops, you got to let it go. Okay? Because as you do this, first of all, you no longer absorb the karma of that person. Okay? That stops. On top of that, you make space to create something better. You vibrate differently. You remove yourself from a toxic karmic loop with people who are hell-bent or on staying in toxic karmic energy and attachments. So, you guys, it doesn't do you any good to sage yourself, to do, you know, I gave all these analogies. If you're not going to practice day-to-day wisdom, you can get all the candles you want to go and buy. You can get all the damn shiznit. You know what I'm saying? You can call 1-800-Dollar Magician and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to help us if, in some cases, if we're not careful, if we're dabbling in some dark stuff, that shit gonna backfire like a mug. But even if you're not in the darker stuff, if you're not practicing the day-to-day shifts and changes that your higher soul is nudging you to do, you're going to find that you're still stagnant, or there's kind of a resistance, or you're not able to quite manifest what you're trying, because your behavior is contradictory to your practice. I hope that makes sense. Your behavior, your day-to-day decisions, your day-to-day conduct, your day-to-day choices is contradictory to your 30-minute mantra meditation every night. You're not allowing it to sink in. It's contradictory to you going to get a Reiki session or an energy clearing. You got clean, just like I used with that bath analogy, just to go back outside and dive in the mud. Instead of taking the internal guidance and the signs that said, this is a puddle of mud, don't believe the mirage. This is a puddle of mud, don't believe the mirage. Right? Mirage is an illusion. What happens in the desert when you think you see water and you don't, right? Like the scary movie. The signs was going off, neon lights, arrows and shit. Killer this way, safety this way. The whole goal is to the killer side. Oh my God, here she was running and trying to be sexy and shit. Bitch, you finna get killed. Like, oh God, you know, it's like you finna die. That's what's finna happen, okay? You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm just trying to make it funny and lighten it up a little bit, you guys, so y'all could hopefully put a smile on your face and make you laugh. But we can do it, right? And I wanted to have this discussion before tonight. Now, I do want to share something about Lakshmi. She's a goddess. And for those of you, because there was a collective of people that I read for yesterday, it was 808 New Business Tarot reading. It was about finances and those that are entrepreneurs, and like all of this is about to break through. And Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth and prosperity of all forms, material and spiritual, okay? In Hindu mythology, Lakshmi's story has different versions, of course. And there's mantras that you can use regarding Lakshmi that supports that, okay? And one of the most famous ones that helps to cultivate abundance and prosperity is Om Namo Lakshmi Namaha. I think I'm gonna put it in the thing if I can. Dang, I don't think I. Bummer. Too bad, so sad. Okay, so it says Om Namo Lakshmi Namaha. It holds a frequency, very ancient. Om Namo Lakshmi Namaha, right? So that's for those of you who resonated with that reading last night. But as it ties into karma busting, it would do you no good to keep saying Om Namo Lakshmi Namaha as you're trying to change your frequency for abundance and prosperity if you're not following your internal guidance system that's trying to help you change your vibration in your day-to-day living. So no, you can't spend all the money on weed and then go Om Namo Lakshmi Namaha. Right? You see what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to make this very practical because adjustments are required, not just external practices. And there's no template to it. There's no cookie cut, you guys, but it is in accordance to your higher soul because your higher soul, source, God, whatever resonates, is keenly aware of your blueprint. Okay? Keenly aware of your soul contracts, keenly aware of your timelines, keenly aware of where you are developmentally, and the guidance is as such based on that. So that's why we can't look at other people and go yada yada. It's based on your blueprint, and there's always shifts and adjustments required. You can't stay as you've always been, then go Om Namo Lakshmi Namaha, thinking that by doing that in and of itself, that is going to produce your wonderful, you know what I'm saying? No, it's not. It's going to keep this level of stagnant because it's like you saying it, but where are you grabbing lessons? What are you shifting to make your reality different? Even if it's slow, even if it seems like it's slow movement, but if your soul is saying, okay, self-love, love of self. Are you changing how you see yourself? Okay. Are you starting to take steps to vibrate that in terms of, okay, I'm not going to blow all my money on weed because you know what I'm saying? I'm using that example. I don't even smoke weed, but I'm just using that as an example, for things that, whatever it is, or I ain't going to blow all my money on ding dongs, or I'm not going to blow all my money on, because not that it's necessarily bad, air quote, but I am shifting my vibration to where I'm investing in things that are more so in alignment with an abundance and prosperity attitude. Om Namo Lakshmi Namaha literally means abundance is my birthright. I deserve prosperity. Abundance is my birthright. I deserve prosperity, right? Well, where's your frequency? Where's your day-to-day practices regarding abundance and prosperity? Or are you blowing it all on foolishness? And foolishness being anything that your soul is telling you, you know damn well you done blew 300 of 5 on some damn weed. And now you're crying about you ain't got no dollar bills. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, it's not to beat you up, but it's to bring you to your attention to what you're doing, your own behavioral patterns, to say, oh, I'm not balanced. Oh, okay. I got to reprioritize. I got to readjust something. Okay, maybe I only could do $50 weed or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just using these as practical examples. Om Namo Lakshmi. You're right. Abundance is your birthright. You deserve prosperity. But your frequency and energy and conduct has to shift as well. Karma busting. That may be related to busting the financial karma. Akashic karma related to your finances. Akashic karma, that you inherited in your blood, like a lack mentality, a poverty mentality. When people are in a lack and a poverty mind, energy, attitude, those energies have a tendency to clench and latch onto things. But not only that, overconsumption. Because there's this lack energy, so I'm going to go buy all the shit. I want to buy all the shit. I'm broke as hell when I'm done. But I look nice on the surface. I look nice. I appear. But boy, a little bit out of balance. Because of a lack energy. If I don't have the latest iPhone, and trust me, it's nothing wrong with stuff. I get it. I'm into things like everybody else. But balance based on your soul imprint, based on your evolution and growth, based on trying to bust out karma. Like, oh, maybe my lesson is in all things moderation. Maybe that's the lesson. Maybe it's not about trying to judge something good or bad. Maybe it's just simply about be wise. In all things moderation, don't blow your check on no damn weight. And then you want to say Om Namo Lakshmi Namaha. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Don't, the little steps that you can take, your soul is going to guide you. It doesn't have to look like somebody else's version of it. Okay? Don't eat 12 donuts. You know what I'm saying? And then want to quote a mantra for well-being. Like, we can, but all I'm trying to say is it kind of stagnates and slow your process until you're really ready to implement it, integrate on a soul level. Okay? Where you're ready to align with your soul's guidance regarding it. Even if it's something super small, like, I'm trying to say this so you guys don't take it to the extreme, because it's your soul knows where you're at and what you're ready for. It may look differently than the next person. Your soul may be saying, okay, let's just start at step one, dear. Let's just start thinking differently. How about that? You want an abundance and prosperity mindset. Stop talking negatively about yourself. Okay, it could be something that small. Stop saying negative words about yourself and your finances and your worth. It may be something that small, but it's still an action to change your frequency with manifesting Om Namo Lakshmi Namaha. Abundance is my birthright. I deserve prosperity. All right. Okay, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys for joining. Those of you that came in, I appreciate y'all stepping in and just hearing me out, listening to the chit chat here regarding karma busting. Okay, we're dealing with karma busting, and we're going to be practicing these mantras, the Thurani Lakantun, every night for the remaining of July 2021. So that we can shift into August, month 8, abundance month, right? Manifesting month, mastery month, with less energetic debris, right? We want to implement some changes in our day-to-day life. We're going to use these mantra frequencies to assist us with clearing, so that come month 8, you guys feel lighter, you feel clearer, you feel, more grounded, more connected. You don't feel like you're dragging shit around. And you're able to co-create and attract whatever this abundance, prosperity, and wealth mean for you, because it looks differently for everybody, okay? Everybody has a different version and belief of what that is. I tell people this all the time. Some people, they want the big, shiny, sparkly things, and it's about keeping up with the Joneses. Nothing wrong with that. Other people, it's more holistic. It's about having a peaceful life. It's about having love. It's about feeling comfortable. It's about contributing to society. And that's it for some people. To some people, that is prosperity and abundance for them. Okay? Some folks aren't looking for mansions on hills. But it ain't nothing wrong with a mansion on a hill, right? It's about energy, right? Character, perspective, soul lessons, balance, right? All things moderation. All things, moderation. There's the throat, so that is the truth. Throat chakra. All things, moderation. Om Namo Lakshmi Namaha. Abundance is your birthright. You deserve prosperity. Don't allow yourself to stay attached to karmic energies and people who have not dealt with their karmic energy, wanting to bring that into your world, and by default, you then absorbing their karma. That will affect how you are able to create, or lack thereof, abundance and prosperity in your life. All right? I sent you guys love and light. Everything is energy. Balance is key. I will be uploading this to the YouTube channel, so if you haven't followed me over there already, I highly recommend that you subscribe, click the notification bell. And as soon as I manage to get it up over there, you'll be notified, okay? Because I do upload the lives for people who like to go back. If you're not already following me here and you feel guided to, you like my discussions and like the things I share and what I do here, I highly recommend that you follow me here and then select live notifications, all. And then that way, every time I go live, you will also be notified as well if you're interested, okay? If you want any personal services or readings from me, you guys can text me or email me. I do have products and services that I provide on a grand scale, so not just tarot readings. So if you're interested in looking into any of those things, such as energy healing with Reiki and light language, such as the energetic sprays that I produce, as well as essential oils that are intention-based and Reiki charged that I produce. If you're interested in any of that stuff, y'all can just contact me, okay? All right. Live for yourself, be good to yourself, true to yourself, honor your internal guidance self, because at the end of the day, y'all know what I say, you're with yourself. All right? What others expect of you is a reflection of who they are and their own wants and needs. So keep that in mind. Use your internal guidance system to help you navigate through these connections, okay? Love and light, and namaste.